Okay, we are here and we're ready to begin. Gonna show you something a little bit different first before we start. But first, I'm gonna share this with the stream with a few groups and yeah, typical Facebook stuff. The something I am noticing some. Okay, but first as I'm about to share this let's go over some of the interesting differences here. Um so normal. Okay, so let's take a look through at the traditional draft. They also still have traditional seal. Let's take a look at traditional draft. You can spend a draft token, cost 10,000 or 1,500 gems. That one hasn't changed. Then, if we take a look at quick draft through the Omenpaths, that one is still 5,750, 7 wins or 3 losses. That still hasn't changed. Having to do a lot of clicking in between. And then this is what we're going to be doing here. Well, we're going to be doing the Pick-Two Draft. First, for reference, let's take a look at a Premier Draft. Final Fantasy is still up right now if you don't want to be drafting. If you do not want to be drafting through the Omenpaths, so 10,000, 1,500, or 1 draft token. And now we get the Pick-Two. Now it's interesting they don't let you use the draft token because this is a bit of a budget. They still give you a draft token for the. They still give you a draft token though, so you. But it is 7,500 or 900 gems, so 750, 900. Then 1,500. So I'm gonna have to do some math as well. So I might need some time on that one. Let's share this with 2 more groups. The one other group might not need to share it, but yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing Pick-Two this time. Just gonna cash it in right now. I'll go through it really quickly. It should load up faster because you're only waiting for 3 other people. But yeah, definitely starting. Oh, and we did start up right away. In fact, it's just waiting for me. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of MTG Arena Run. Thank you Jericho and Lagan for liking the stream. We are doing Pick-Two. This is gonna be our very first foray into draft. So remember, we have to make 2 picks. Multiversal Passage, probably the safest one to pick. Let's see if what else. I'll just click on this one and hover it for now. What are the things we can get into? They did also adjust the timer a bit, so you should have some more. So we could do villains. Tyrell I heard is apparently quite good. Cam and Farrick, this one you kind of want to be doing a discarding, so that might be a thing. There is a snatchback, so we have some sort of removal. Damning Caress is also pretty solid removal. I might end up just taking that. Tyrell is a pretty good one to get into. It just locks us into 2 colors a bit early. Yeah, I might just take the Multiversal Passage because it's the safest pick. I might take Damning Caress because it's one of the better removal pieces. We'll just probably start with that one out there. We'll see how it goes. So I wonder how everyone's experience with draft has been. Now, this one's a bit concerning. We did pass green-white, so we might end up not getting green-white. We did get a second Damning Caress, so there's that. So we want to start controlling villains, so... Whenever Shay gets... So this one's a good top-end villain. Common Crook is a bit... I might actually just take this one, though. Lava-Born Goblins is also probably a good one. We could also just be on the lookout for knife tricks. Yet to see if we're going to land any of those. I could speculate, see if we land any of those, but I think this is probably safer. We'll just take this one. Okay, no knife trick. Let's see if there's any way to get... There is a Mayhem, Miasmic Mist, but we still need to find a way to discard. Okay, Kumanosu, not a villain. When enters deals 2 damage, so this would be a red payoff. This is a cheap one. I'm thinking of doing blue-black. Well, this is also another way to get Mayhem in. I'm gonna speculate this way. I know one of these cards is not gonna make it. I just don't know which one. Ooh. Whenever you attack, put a plus, but you need 2 or more spiders. I might just take it. Otherwise, I will end up just taking Merciless Enforcers, which is fine. Shock is also kind of fine. Yeah, it looks like we might be going black-red. I'll just take the rare, but okay, when Cam and Farah came back, so we're going with that. We'll have to take Kaldaya Brawlers because that is one way to get that's one way to get us free discards, albeit at sorcery speed. Wardens is also a way to get free discards, though I think Romantic Rendezvous is fine. Definitely better than Galvanized Workforce. So we're kind of going into black-red. And we end up landing the rares that don't want us in black-red, they want us to be elsewhere. Let's see, is there anything good? Speculate on Mountains. Furnace is kind of fine. And then Carlos Suave Schemer is. This does give us merit a blue splash, so we could go this way. Ozor Dock Ock, not so much. Vibrant Cityscape is just land fixing. Yeah, I'm gonna hate one of the rares. Also, yeah, somehow not getting the greatest rares here. Washing Closet. Yeah, we might be in trouble here. We might just have to take Tetex and Skittering Kitten. Let's see what this is to create. When this aura enters, create with flood. This one's interesting. We could take this one. Okay, definitely taking Death Flame Burst because that's some pretty cheap removal for us. Data Scrubber, exile up to 1 target creature you control connives. It's fine. It's not the greatest, but we're getting cut off quite a bit. And I don't want a second Tetex. I'll just skate on the Beaver. So we have to remember that well, we did get a few more spiders, so that might be interesting. Oh wait, here. Bio, Irritable Instructor. You don't lose some. Okay, we're definitely taking that. Probably just take Shock as a safe pick. Mob Lookout is kind of meh. Stable Experiment is kind of fine, I guess. We'll just take those. So Swap Schemer might. Let's do a sanity check on our villains. We got 8, so that's quite good. And then still have to run the Skittering Kitten because it is a discard outlet. In the same way, we kind of have to run Wardens as Silver Web because that is also a discard outlet, though not admittedly a very strong one. Okay, speaking of which, we can take this one. No one's in green blue, so that's another free rare. We could speculate on green splash instead of blue splash, but right now it's not looking that interesting in either direction. What we're really missing the knife tricks. Ooh, Remorseless Coup, that's a good one. Smash me, not so much. I could take a Sinister Hideout to kind of fix our blue splash, but I might rather get one Shock. Would I want another Shock or do I want a Sadistic Strength Puller? Whenever it attacks, it connives. Yeah, that's another thing. The easy conniving abilities are in blue, so that's a bit of a stretch for us also. I think safest pick is the other shock for now. I'm going if we start hitting knife tricks, I am going to really miss um getting that spider horror. Just have to make it work, I guess. Surveil 2 doesn't help us with because you have to okay, let's look for okay, got kind of built in mayhem. Let's just discard the card, so that also helps us mayhem. Rail Scourge of Spiders, that's also a free one. I guess we can take that. There's also a Perfected Pastry, but not really useful for us without white. Yeah, we'll take Rail. And I'm willing to pass on the rare this time. We do have a very decent curve, 457. Okay, that's actually a very decent curve for us. So what are the cards that we are very likely to cut? Probably not the Giant Craft Helm. We have very few creatures that are 4 or more, so that's not. We might have to take Rhino's Rampage. That's also another fight spell. When this enters Blade Mark Leonin, I think this is fine. There's a Scorpion Sting, which is even better, so we'll take those. So we now have to do a sanity check on the removal. Now I kind of wish I did not take the second shock. Especially now that there's another Death Flame Burst. I don't think I want a second Kazuo. Ooh, there's an Imposter Syndrome. Probably better than Common Crook. Let's get our money's worth. I'm probably not gonna run it. Imposter Syndrome, unfortunately, double blue, so that's a bit out of reach for us. Galvanized Workforce. It's fine. I'll consider it. Not running this. We'll take another common. Not sure. I don't want the mob look. Well, I'll take another romantic rendezvous is probably fine. Yeah, we did not hit any of our knife tricks with any knife tricks, so this is really not looking good for us. That said, we will run the passage. This one gives us a connive, but I might end up not running it. Yep, we can go 8-8 this way. Let's see, how many spiders do we have? 5. When you attack with 2 or more spiders, so it's this plus 1 other spider. Realistically, I probably just want to cut this. 15 and 12, so we want to cut some non-creature spells, so Clandestine Work helps us draw cards, so does Romantic Rendezvous, so there is an interesting trick with the Rendezvous is that if you're empty, you can just cast this and you're just drawing 2 cards flat. So what color are we willing to... Yeah, let's go heavier in red, so we cut that. Let's keep the cool, because that's removal. Let's keep bio, so yeah, we're incentivized to cut down on black. Still fine. Common Kidney is kind of fine. I think I would rather have... These are both fine, but let's... 497. Yeah, I have to cut some of the red spells though. Shock is okay. Scorpion Sting is good. We got 2 Death Flame Bursts, which is pretty okay, even at discount. Gets cut 1 Warden's a Silver Web, which is kind of weird, but let's run with it for now. Kazuo, Ruthless Rival. I'm willing to keep him for now because I am running quite a lot of red here. I guess we can cut the Rhino's Rampage because we have a lot of other... let's do a sanity check on our removal now. 2 shocks. Scorpion Sting, Remorseless Coup, 2 Death Flame Burst, so that's 6 pieces of removal. I think we can be... Oh, no, 2 Damning Caress, that's 8, so we're fine. Cam and Farrick, we're gonna keep that, still Flying Haste. Galvanized Workforce, we're at 41, so I don't need to cut anymore. Also, what's our... 1, 2... Yeah, that's the 2 Romantic Rendezvous. I guess I'll run it like this, 881. Now, the other difference here is that you're only allowed 2 losses. To break even, you need 3 wins. So, this can go from really good to really bad, depending on how things lay out. Hope I can introduce 2 pick drafts in the office. How's Cancer Cup training? Right now, I'm not so focused on Cancer Cup training. I am... What I'm actually more focused on right now is basically the special training missions. So definitely aiming for the 3 stars. So I've managed to complete all of the missions where you have to complete a career with a certain skill. I had to do quite some research for that. Right. So right now what I'm aiming for is some of the ones where I have to train certain Umas up to a certain level. 3 Wardens. If we hit the 4th mana, Rendezvous into Deathling Burst would be really good. It's not happening. But they did do some rare removal here. Each player may discard a card. Each player who doesn't loses. So discard a card, which is probably this one. And I'm willing to lose 3 life here. I suspect our opponent's gonna do mayhem. What's the exile any number of target players' graveyards? Yeah, sure. They got the best effect out of this already, so decline, take the 3. Opponent discarding. Well, we can. Follow up. Knife trick? Probably knife trick. Yep. So this is now where this is the part where I now need to start hitting my mana. Let's do this because it's more mana efficient that way. When I think there's 6. We are also hitting our 6. I can always just cast Hex first. So if our opponents, they're just gonna surveil. Okay, we might be onto something here. Yeah, you're flooded. We can casual. Yeah, we just having a lot of removal kind of helps us here. Hopefully it's not a very big creature. I still have my Damning Caresses. And I still have shocks. That's a bit annoying. them pitching a Tech. Yeah, this is a case where, yeah, you just have hit your rare, hit your mythic, hit your other rare. Yeah, what? Format's gonna be even more swingy than it needed to be. Opponent is just gonna surveil. They could have done a lot of other things than surveil. Like I could pump this, that makes it a 4/4, so not so great here. We're gonna go for the knife, just draw into it this way. So we're gonna make this into an 8/8. Ah. If they want to trade with this, I'm fine with it. Trade this down. This one has hexproof. Well, as long as you control another mythic. Another mythic? Okay, this is real. Okay, this is just stupid dumb. I'm gonna take the hit first, but okay, opponent managed to draft a lot of mythics. I guess this is why so many people are so. Can we survive long? Well, no, it's gonna be draw different. So this one get 5/5. Yeah, we can. They're gonna concede this one. Ah, this. Sometimes you just run into the person that just hits all the mythics, and it's and there's really nothing you can do about it. So I think the 2 losses is a really big deal bad. I think I would still rather have this as a 7-win event, because literally you only get paid back with 3 wins, because this is supposedly okay. 2 wins might be acceptable, but yeah, our opponent hit just rares and mythics, so they just happen to luck. In fact, I would argue that it is still quite possible that you open your 3 packs, and because it's pick 2, you just like get super powered cards in each time. We have to mold this. We need our black. Okay, we can keep this. I think we pitched the rendezvous. Yeah, pitch the rendezvous. I would have liked the extra knife. Damn it. Now we don't have the mayhem cards to benefit from this right away, so that's. And I guess the big issue here is that yeah, you can lose a lot. Oh, colors. And do they happen to have this? Now the benefit we have here is that if they don't have reach, we can just kind of punch through with paper. Okay. So they get a free connive. I suspect it's, yep. They gain 1 life, it's not spy. They'll most likely pitch to make this a 1/3. So we need. What? lets you only get. Also remember that we can just keep activating this. Move oracles. And this is just cat. Three strider aces. First strike and vigilance in one creature is a problem. So it doesn't really matter that much. I really need to hold on to. So I really need to hold on and save this one. So that's kind of fun. Oh, okay. So what does this do? Move a counter. Then when the modified creature control leaves the battlefield. So our primary target's still going to be Leyline Weaver here. Oh no, they're going for that. Oh, they're going to buff up. Combat, first strike, vigilance. They might have a combat trick, so I'm probably just going to take damage here. Yeah, they're just going to pump it. That's fine. We're not incentivized. So I still don't know what to pitch yet, so we're not gonna. This creature deals 1 damage to each opponent, so yeah, trying to stay above her. So I split the rest, giving it a 3-4. Just let them pay inactive. Oh, they're not paying that. They have something else. Gain some life back. So now we have a bit of a buffer here. Now I suspect our opponent might have some sort of combat trick, so I'm probably... Oh, okay, yeah, that's correct. We want to discard this. This time, yeah, probably. Okay, so then this one says begin combat target spider you control. So somehow, well, this will buff itself. So I'm probably gonna be starting swinging with Tetex for the foreseeable future. Swing anymore. now they'll have to respond to this all over again. So they do get the token. They do get it back. Yeah, having the merciless enforcers really helps us here. So we need to find those damning caresses soon. And also with first strikes, I'm still more incentivized to swing with this. They might still have a big combat trick there. Okay. Yeah, this is... Okay, Infernus really very nice if you can make... What an... Ooh, target creature gets life link. So we do have to snipe this. Oh, but this has to attack, so doesn't get lifelink right away. We'll get first strike and vigilance. I will just take this hit. I wish I had a way to make this leave, but for now, just have to do it in this game. Thank goodness we were able to take out all the sources of our opponent gaining life, and there we go. We got our first win. But this is starting to feel this is starting to have a feel bad moment where this is definitely a Prince format. Ruff had all the answers and luck. Well, the first one really started in the draft. Also, I need to check. Why am I not getting... Okay, now I see it. Okay, yeah, some glitch with Streamlabs. It's always Streamlabs' fault. I will always blame Streamlabs. There we go, got our first win. Let's see if we can get at least a second win so we can kind of break even. Yeah, this one's definitely much better. Yeah, so right now my most immediate goal is for the first time get an Uma to 1200, so that's some speed queen. Because I think that's my biggest hurdle. The other hurdles are not so much. Those are acquirable over time. I guess another hurdle would be getting the different cups. I did not like triple tiara. I thought it would have been easy, but it was actually a headache with Daiwa. Well, like, okay, well again. Well, they kept 6, but I really cannot do this. Okay, we have to keep this one. This one goes in the bottom. These two stay. Actually, this one's a bit questionable. Fine, we'll run it like this. might have actually preferred the merciless enforcers. Trolley. Okay. Create a food token. Add 1 mana for the so opponent is hitting all their ramp. Now I wish I kept the damning caress. Lost in the 2K. Ooh, the last part when you copy it, except so the Scorpion's thing is gonna be super relevant here. And it happens to be a 4. They're splitting the difference. Yeah, this is where it ends. Our opponent just happens to hit the rare and we don't. So okay, minimize the damage, at least it's just one card. What's this? Oh, they dropped. Oh gosh, they're really drawing a lot of cards. We really need hit removal or something good. But, wow. And this is, yeah, and this. Well, I probably have enough time to do another one. But honestly speaking, I did. This one just comes in as a 5/5 if you have no removal because of certain circumstances. Won't I have to discard the deck? Wow, they're just drawing all the cards. I can take this. It says our opponent has some sort of removal. Okay, we can just complete that one. Ah. So not a great first run. Let's just do another one. We still have quite a bit of time. But yeah, I guess you can see the big weakness of Pick-Two is just because your picks have plenty. If your packs only had one rare, then it's acceptable. If your packs have 2 rares, it stops being acceptable at that point because we'll try another one, but if this doesn't go well, this might be the last time I ever do this format. Because if you don't hit the rares, you're just not gonna win. If you don't hit the bombs, you're just not gonna win. If you as much as get mana screwed, you are not gonna win. Now, I like the idea of introducing Pick-Two, but not in the way our packs are designed. Perhaps if it was the older pack designs, where it was just literally 1 rare, maybe 1 foil, we would have a better set. Getting another passage again. The modified things seemed good. At least our last opponent had it. Yeah, because this one locks us into white, this one locks us into black or red. This would be fine. And I guess the argument is that because we're passing a shroud, it's concerning. But yeah, if all you need is one person hogging all the knife tricks and your black-red deck is over, at least white has more ways to remove. Tap 2 untap creatures. Okay, we'll take we'll start going into green now. Here's some ridge. Spectacular Tactics is also another good one for white, but yeah, we'll go into green this time. See if we... this one's so tempting, that another Deathflame Burst. But we can take Crime Scene Instructor. No spiders yet, but we're bound to get a lot of spiders here. Favorite Fighter, creates a treasure token's always solid. We'll take this one for now. Let's see. Basil's fine. Principled Referee, choose one. Okay, we'll take. Kinda locking into white green. White blue is actually the modified deck, but we'll see if we can hit some. Definitely taking the Gallant Citizen. Perfected Pastry is a good one. Vine Woven Chariot, you may pay to search. Shuffle. Yeah, I'll take it over the vehicle, even though the vehicle's a good mana fixing. Oracle, Slightly Leap. Yeah, I'll take that. Gun. Well, we got the cards that we wanted to play. So maybe too many Perfected Pastries. Okay, Reality Fulcrum's really bad. Now we see the big problem here. Search your library. Okay, supported parents might need it too much here. Carriage of Dreams. Now this is blue. I guess we just take. Temple Trap is fine as removal. It's okay. No, it's really bad, but we might need it. Let's see if we can find ways to generate tokens so that our supportive parents can give us the mana that we need. Because as it is right now, we have ways of getting counters, but not creatures. Oh, okay. Well, this is a good one. I definitely would want to take this. Well, there's a Mothwing Shroud which I really should take. But the end web is really... Yeah, this has the potential to go all sorts of wrong. So many spiders do we actually have? 3. So not that many. Confessor's Bindings, if you do draw a card, otherwise sacrifice this enchantment. We'll have to take the Clutter. Etsy or another creature control enters, another creature control gains flying. Up to one target. Oh, this one was really good. Probably have to take another Perilous Lunch though. There's an Opulent Valley which actually fits our... No, we'll take Perilous Lunch. We're really short on removal. Cheap creatures. We're actually heavy in green, so maybe I should have taken another Cruel Caracals. Well, extra arms has always been good. We know we're in the right. Wow, we're so gonna lose if we don't get this to work. It's a case of if you don't get the cards you need, you're just in trouble. Our spider count now is barely better by 1. We really... Okay, there you go. Diligent Web, which is expensive. Zan is a possible cheap one. We definitely have to take Leyline Weaver. Actually, this is... Oh yeah, this one has the potential to be cheap. Steel Web Surveyors. Well, got the Fate Weaver. Terrific Team Up. Yeah, it's also another nice piece of removal, so we do have to take this. spider count is now up. Not that comfortable. So maybe the pastries can go. We're not exactly a modified deck. We're just incidentally a modified deck. Willing to speculate on this one. Scout the city might be fine. Actually, I'm thinking about the chariot, but no, that's not lining up. Okay, the scrubber. Just take that one. Yeah, we really have to do a lot of deck building this time. Definitely have to cut a lot. Let's cut another pastry. Because what's our payoff for having modified? We have none. So we're this one can probably go. Oh no, we do have one payoff. I can cut this one. Keep supportive parents. Actually, I might want to cut the parents a bit. Well, we have a lot of. So we're actually. I'm still going to keep the principal referee, spider coach. I'm gonna cut down as much white as possible. So we still want to keep the cheap ones like City Pigeon. Lively Leap can probably go. Saddle's gonna go. Vassal can probably just be one off. The instructors are fine. Caracal, though I probably would have preferred another Caracals over this. Oh, we still have a lot of creatures to cut. To grow extra arms can stay. The Scout the City can stay. Actually, we can cut the Archaeologist. If we keep the parents, the idea is that we're trying to ramp into one of these big ones. So what does our curve actually look like here? So we have our NWeb stuff here. And we're having a lot of creatures ETB. I think Scout the City is still fine. It's kind of removal. Clutter is we can cast this cheap, but we ideally want to cast it a lot later. So our removals really just these two Perilous Lunges, Terrific came up. The two arms can kind of butt in. So we have to keep all of those. Yeah, we'll cut the Spider Coach. We don't have that many spiders. We have quite a few. I don't think it's still worth it though. I might change my mind later. But yeah, we're trying to run into one of these eventually, so... And we still want to keep the cheap ones. Yeah, this time I have no idea what to cut this time. This one can get one of these back, so that's a plus. Favorite fighter makes a treasure token, so that helps us get to our 6, but might not be. It's a 4/4, so I guess that helps. Really need to think hard on this one. I guess what we can do is we can cut one supported parents. That's a 10-19. Ideally, I want to cut one. Our white is a 9, so ideally we'll cut one more white card. Though it might be double counting this. I want to cut the Scout after all, which is which I might come to regret. So that leaves us with one more cut. might just be the clay pigeon. Because our end webs are at 3, so we're not super invested at having end web at 2. Oh yeah, okay. And as for the comments are not auto refreshing. It's awful with bonus sheet. Yeah, I'm starting to agree. Like, only one person feels good. It's the one who has it all. Anyway, we are run. See if our opponent's willing to trade. That's like the one creature I would shooter for is already here. So they could have a conflict effect. Also, let's do a check. This leaves the battlefield, so this is sorcery speed. So what I can do is I can cast this just to have another creature on the board. Then what is +1? Then I can cast other creature you control, other creature one controls. Honestly, a really horrible way to use it. I suspect our opponent has some sort of removal or IV. So we use that. That's on B. But they end up here, so we now have a 5/5. So our opponent have a similar effect. Eldritch is gonna hit us. That's fine. Actually, the tap. Also. So let's see. I just cast the tap now. Now, you're gonna have to get used to having spiders that don't have reach. Okay, please removal there. Take a bit of this thing here. Yeah, this is the one that we're missing. Now they can hit us for 6. Just cast Basil. No, they can't. It's already here. They can cast Crime Scene. It's strong. Try to force some double blocks. 11. Woo! Okay. Grow extra arms is really good because it's the damage that comes out of nowhere. The opponent did not want to block because they were expecting to crack back. We managed to get out of that one. So so that means if you're trying to, well, if our opponent had actual bombs, we would still be really wrecked there, so that would not have helped us that much. And that goes to show. So you have a good match if nobody has bombs, which is kind of a bit antithetical. If anything, it already does tell us why we did not see why we're not seeing Pick-Two Draft. We didn't see Pick-Two Draft in the last tour. They already knew in a sense that this one was a disaster. I suspect we're gonna have a very interesting design story to hear about this one. Along the lines of we came to the decision that we have to make these cards available in standard because the small sets like Assassin's Creed, etc. really hurt. Yeah, I want to hold on to this actually. In fact, we kind of have a trick here, but we still need more mana, so let's just swing. Also note that I would have really preferred if it left us the mana. Oh, it assumed we had the mana here. We have mana here for sure. So the play now is that we have to be. Oh, opponent has a soul stone. Okay, terminus not soul stone. So if it targets a spider, so it only benefits this one. Oh yeah, tapping is a bit off. Okay, fine. So we got 5 mana. We definitely want to drop this. I suspect our opponent has some sort of counter or removal, so we're gonna attack first. Because we do have an alternate plan where we go clutter cluster on, say, our Gallant Citizen if our opponent doesn't remove this. Splash Menace for the Gallant Citizen. Yeah, we'll pay. There's no 1 mana counter spell. Wait. Is there a 1 mana bounce effect? That would also keep this one alive. Could also take Time Scene Instructor, but we're really trying to save that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forcer, sure. Hit for 6 mana backgrounds. Oddly enough, our opponent might just block the Gallant Citizen. Well, they could. So the one I really wanted to return is not going to return? That's I guess. 6. Yeah, let's just go for the opponent. If our opponent has removal, we force them to start removing it. But that's still... So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't do this one. So I can swing with both of this. Our opponent blocks 1. We can clutter cluster just to go wide. I think I would rather just go choose that first. this is pretty much blocking duty. We do have another grow extra arm, so we can potentially go over the top. We don't have a smooth. We do have one, so now we're in a race. Thankfully, we do have reach, and it's only when this attacks. Aerial's lunge, fights other. It has hexproof. So ideally, we want to actually snipe this one. So I can actually swing with this just to force a trade here. I could... Now we get in trouble if our opponent has another... We get in trouble if our opponent has yet another bomb. Or a way to return stuff. Oh, he's just jumping. He's just jumping. Yep, he's going for both. When it got, well, they did dig through a lot of cards. And they even had to give up terminus, so... Oh, this would have been really nasty if they actually landed it. Another rare. So we need to hit a... Well, we don't really have removal for this. I wonder how many spiders... We can start surveilling our way out of this way. They have to return to undeath again. That is, I'm gonna be so annoyed. There's some break. The thing is that this attack flank. So 9, 13, 14, 15, 16. If they attack with just that, that's an easy chump block. Well, I probably also give up the support. It's a shame I had to give up the other one. Not gonna happen. I can safely concede this one. Thankfully, it was not a return all, but just returning one is no, because our opponent had a lot of rares and we didn't have any. I cannot in good conscience say that I had fun there. Though to be fair, that one is kind of self-inflicted. We did take some amount of risk with the deck building there. Like we needed to hit a lot of creatures early, but surprisingly the villains are huge. Also, where's my fleet? Okay, passage can. So if I don't need the white right now, so I definitely want to use this to shoot or something. So it's a question of what? Opponent playing red-white, romantic rendezvous. Well, they're. Oh wow, it's all over the place. You have to remember this only the Fate Weaver gets +4/+4. And you're also getting flooded too, so this is not looking very good for us. If our opponent tries to burn the Caracals, I'm fine. Wanted that man. Oh, this is a fight effect, so 1, 2. He's just taking it. Clear the board. We'll probably have to use this as a true up. Wandering Shroud is probably gonna take so but play this. Of course. They might have a pump effect. No, they did not. He just walked. He walked into. Well. Oh, now they're playing ancestral. Yeah, ancestral carvings is really horrible. Like you're paying 3 to draw 2 creature cards out of the top 5, so there's some element of risk. Even then, the concept of drawing 2 cards for 3 mana has pretty much devolved. It's no longer, well, so we kind of made back this one. It's no longer the top standard, and like I think our last 3 mana draw 2 was really just quick study. That one was relatively fine. Not super powerful. That's why it's common. Zora into, well, I guess Zora into Fate Weaver is quite good. If we can hit the mana for generous Betty rate, it'll be so much better. Another target. Pressure helps us so that if we like bounce safe. One's clearly holding up something. That's fine. That's still very fine, all things considered. This time I probably want to just grab the biggest baddest thing. Now there is a sequence where like I can bounce this back, just do the cycle over again, but swing because force block. If I can get our opponent's mana up, it's so much better. We can get something else again. Anyway, I kept the principal referee for a reason. Where's the referee? Yeah, because it's too late, they can't take one. So, okay, this one managed to be rare free, and we managed to survive this one. I honestly don't. Our opponent was playing creatures 1:1. I don't know what else they had. Blue red is really not supported, so this is a case where a lot of people are gonna get caught out when they don't get the memo that a lot of color pairs are not quite supported here. So this is gonna be our last match. It's gonna be win or lose. Hopefully we win. I really would like to win this one. And let's see. This is honestly really bad. Like, we have our top drops. We're missing our bottom. I do have to mow this. This is so much worse. Yeah, and this is the case where I don't like having only 2 losses. Getting stuck on getting a really bad hand can just cost you the game. Opponent thankfully had a relatively slow start always. We might be looking at it. We may cast this one. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, it's not that bad. So the idea we want to do is, we'll of course take. If our opponent doesn't drop something big or kill this one, or we're gonna kill it. Actually, it might be the worst. Okay, the worst. They had the knife. It comes back to hand, but it's still better. So now we unfortunately signal to our opponent that there's a reason why we're holding on to. Now the menace would be annoying. Okay, and if we pass this, return. Cast this, but this is important. Yeah, we blanked them on that one. So let's see. Make it. Oh, this is just an ETB, so we can snipe this. Now, I can swing and offer to our opponent, but I'm actually gonna just. I can make this a 5-4, so I would be forced to jump. Ooh. Hey, we like that one. This one's a problem. Going all in on this. We bought ourselves one turn. If our opponent has any sort of this man is trample, no doubt. Spread it right. Plans to just cast into that. It isn't. Now they don't die right away, they still survive. And they can even ping for one, so this is where I hope they don't have a creature with haste. Come on, it's shock! Seriously. Okay, but fine. But hey, we were quite close there. We just didn't have the right outs. That was unfortunate. Seriously, shock of all things. But hey, that's how it keeps up. Kinda wish we did have to take one mulligan. We did have a better game near the end there. Like it could have easily gone to heck if our opponent had the faster start. It turned out fine. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. So overall, we got one where we got only one win, but we got the other where we had 3 wins. So does it balance out? Not really. The cost of because the cost of both would be like 1,800 gems, and we only got like 100 gems off the. Let's double check. But I think we only got 100 gems off the first one. So at least and we did get 1,000 gems off the second one. So you need to have 2 wins, and a 2-win and 3-win would balance out. With a 1-win and 3-win, no, we're short. But hey, we did manage to get a decent haul. I guess that's how it is. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. Like it what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Thank you, Jericho Lagan, for tuning in. Yeah, sorry if Pick-Two turns out to be a downer of sorts. I might try it again. There might be other things I could try instead. And we'll see what how the lineup goes. That's gonna be for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.